Okay, let's make sure. Mm, do. Sure can be heard. Make sure. Yep. Okay. All right. I think I'm live. Ooh, camera's a little janky. Uh, that usually doesn't happen. What's up, Grayson? Just trying to get my camera hooked up. Hmm. It'll probably come into focus. Um. Hey there, true believers, and welcome to the season finale of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. We have hit that point. Uh, it's what's up? We got Scarlet Spider, we got Grayson. My goodness, sorry it's so late. I'm gonna try and keep this one nice and tight. Stay focused. Hello, Wars. I see you guys were trying to get me to sing before the stream even started. You guys are evil masterminds. Hmm. I don't know why this video is so choppy. I don't want technical issues again after what happened last time. That was a bummer. Oh goodness. Did you see how brutal Scorpion was with Spider-Man? Yes, that was in the last week's episode. So when Scorpion stabbed Peter and he almost died. Oh my goodness. I thought that was terrible. For Peter. It was a good fight, and Matt Gargan's a brutal character. Some of the stuff he did, I was discussing with my buddy in Dark Reign and with the Dark Avengers. He's not a good person. Oh my goodness, that was hilarious but terrible. Yeah, the audio glitch. Yeah. Oh, good. How's it going? How's the Return of the Spider-Verse final episode. Again, there will be a video. I have a date for that, March 1st. It's gonna discuss everything that's coming from Face Front. So tune into that video to get an update on everything that I'm working on. But yeah, and then including the return of the normal live streams, the Face Front show, where we can talk about all that other stuff. Um, I am still janky. I don't like that. I don't like that at all, but yes, right now we are talking about your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Let's see. Do, 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 do. Okay. Now, spoilers, of course. That's a given. But I want to start with some of the big things. First of all, the end was crazy. That time loop. Um, But yeah, you're bringing up the time paradox is confusing, but I thought it was so random. I thought it was such creative storytelling, bro. Like it was so wildly left field that like because I said in the first one, I said I'm really interested to see, where that spider came from. And it turns out it came from Peter. Because last week I said that they took his blood uh, while he was in the hospital, and I was like, Norman's gonna do something with that. Little did I know that they creating the spider that was gonna bite Peter. Like that was insane. That was so insane how it just went in a circle like that. Uh, and I caught when Doctor Strange showed up, and and Peter's like, "You were there at Midtown." He's like, "I've never been there." I'm like, oh, that's when I started getting like something else is going on here. Because even in the first episode, when Doctor Strange showed up at Midtown and said, well, we're not supposed to be here. I'm like, why? That was very specific that he said that, but okay. But I let it pass. And that was so crazy. It opened a portal to the past, and the spider bit Peter. It's a paradox, and if you think too hard about it, it doesn't make any sense, but it's so cool. I really liked that. I really liked that. That was crazy. Du 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 I told you about the Gameverse Spider-Man 2. I called dibs on it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't want to talk about that Gameverse wave of figures. They wasted a wave on some recolors. They all look cool, but like that those slots could have gone to characters instead of alternate suits. We'll talk about that later. That's the I'm still the Venom does look really good though. I really want that Venom figure. And why was the Watcher there? I literally screamed and jumped at the same time. Yes. So the Watcher shows up when things of great importance happen. Not there's some people that online that were saying, "Oh, something terrible is going to happen." The Watcher only shows up when terrible things happen, but that's not true. He shows up when things that are of big significance that'll affect the universal scales happen. So Peter accepting his destiny as Spider-Man, as the episode's called, "If This Be My Destiny." Peter accepting his destiny and settling in and becoming Spider-Man in this suit, but the suit is fire. I loved seeing it in action. Watcher showed up just to observe, just to notate that pivotal moment in Peter's history. So yes. Is this show What If? Kinda. It's like a spin-off of what like I said in the pre-show, they're using the MCU as a base, but it's its own thing. So, by the way, they put out the third issue of the prequel comic, so I didn't think that we would finish the show before they put out all the issues of the prequel comic, but here we are. And this just showed how he made his suit and how he adjusted it from two web tanks to one, and how he came up with his logo. Um, I like that he had the logo that we see in the show, but he had a smiley face on it because he wanted it to be Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. But he said he can't force the friendly neighborhood part. He has to let it come naturally. So he erased the smile, and then he finally he put his I went a page too far. He put his suit together, his Mark One suit. That this is the first time the whole Mark One suit showed up in the prequel comic, and they had a variant cover of how all the show issues, not all the episodes had the art before the show on the title card. This was my favorite one, and they made it a variant cover, so that's really cool. That's really cool. Goodness, I gotta do better at reading the chat in case my audio cuts out again. What's going on? What's going on, Red Phoenix? Not much. What do you think of the end of Spider-Man for season 2? Are they going to bring Spider-Gwen? Yeah. Yeah, they showed a picture of Gwen Stacy and they showed a picture of her as Spider-Gwen. And a lot of people are saying, "Oh, they shouldn't really be introducing spiders this early." Other spiders this early, but we saw the spider that bit Peter that came from that paradox time loop escape on someone's backpack. I guess it was Gwen. I had guessed in the previous after show it was Cindy because Cindy was bitten by the same spider that bit Peter, but I guess it's Gwen. And people are acting hesitant, but after this, I I trust them fully. I really loved this show. This like that season finale was great. The Jeff Trammell, the showrunner, actually retweeted me. I said that this is one of the best season finales of any show I've seen ever. Period. Not just a Marvel show, not just a Spider-Man show. Like this was a top five finale, season finale for me. Because season finales either don't like they tend to go so big and they try to group everything together, but they miss some things or they aren't satisfying enough. I was just very pleased with this season finale. This was great. This was so great. But yeah, I trust them completely. Um, I don't know what they're gonna do with Gwen, or Ghost Spider, or if she's gonna be called Ghost Spider. They might call her Spider Gwen. Who knows what they're gonna call her? I don't know what their plans are. I literally have no idea, but I'm gonna let them cook. I'm gonna let them cook. Who's gonna play Mary Jane Watson? I don't know. If it's technically in the MCU, we'll see. Because it would be Michelle Jones versions. version of MJ. But this show has done its own thing. We saw Ned's name on Harry's board for people he was inviting to Web. By the way, if I had a nickel for every time a Spider-Man finale ended with Peter and his friends creating the Worldwide Engineering Brigade, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's kind of weird that it happened twice. Because the end of the 2017 show had Peter and his friends creating the Worldwide Engineering Brigade. And the end of this show had Harry, aka Peter and his friends, creating the Worldwide Engineering Brigade, which is it had a like 5 issue comic, and then they have this attraction in Disneyland. So we'll see where they go with that, but it's basically just like a big place where Spider-Man and his friends can gather, all his intelligent friends can gather and put together cool inventions. It's like a spider themed think tank. Um, and Ned's name was on the board. Max Dillon, who's Electro, his name was on the board. I didn't get those were the only two that immediately stuck out to me. I got to look at that board again, but they got invites to Web, so we'll see. I think the love interest in this show has to be Jean Grey. That's unique, out of left field. Not what you usually see, but this show has not been anything that we've usually seen. So I wouldn't put it past them. Jean Grey would be pretty cool. It would be so good. Or Felicia Hardy. I'm excited to see if they introduce Black Cat. That will be interesting to see. That will be interesting to see if they introduce Black Cat in this show. Um, she's a villain and a thief. Yeah, they introduced a whole bunch. Like at the end, we saw Jean Foucault finally suit up as Finesse, who I mentioned. That's who she was in a few after shows ago. She's a relatively minor character that's came from Avengers Academy, I believe, and she was like I think related to Taskmaster, but in this they made her Daredevil's apprentice or sidekick. So, and that's why she was sneaking through Oscorp. She was spying on Norman for Daredevil, which I said last episode that Daredevil looking through computer files doesn't work because he's blind. So if it was her helping him, if she was actually looking through computer files, that makes more sense. But now she's going to infiltrate the Worldwide Engineering Brigade for him. And then we saw Nico. I told you that her necklace resembled the Staff of One. We saw last week it helped her avoid a car accident, and then she was talking to her mom in it. And then, if you notice, when Peter saves her from the Oscorp truck, when Big Dom veers it off the road and is coming towards her, when she falls, she holds the necklace out because I she's probably expecting it to do something to protect her. Well, but Peter jumps in and then reveals this suit. So Peter saves her first. But yeah, I love that when he came down in front of her, she screamed and punched him. That was so funny. Oh, this show's funny. Josh Keaton voicing Richard Parker. That that was crazy. That was crazy. Um, I that was the biggest twist slash surprise because when I saw Aunt May in prison, I'm like, who is the shock is Aunt May visiting in prison? Then I saw a man sit down. I'm like, Ben's not in prison. Ben is dead. And then I'm like, that is that Richard Parker? Are they going there? And then you hear Josh Keaton's voice. It's like, how's my son, May? I'm like, dang, that was perfection. Josh Keaton has been teasing that he had a role in this show, and nobody knew what it was. And it turns out he's Richard Parker. And if you pay attention, because I thought it was all, but I brushed it off, and I should have known better. If you pay attention when Peter and Nico and Harry are hanging out, and Harry assumes Aunt May's his mom, then he's like, "Oh no, she's my aunt," and then he's like, "Oh, my mom's gone." Then Peter says, "I lost my mom a while ago too." And I thought, okay, he lost both of his parents, but whatever. Maybe he's just trying to relate to Harry by saying he lost his mom. Peter probably knows that his dad is still alive and in prison because Aunt May was talking about, well, we don't keep secrets from each other. We're a team. So Aunt May wouldn't keep it from him because she's pretty open. So I think Peter knows, and I think that he doesn't because Richard said to May, "Oh, I didn't expect you here," so they probably don't visit him a ton. But I think Peter's aware that his father's alive and in prison. but probably not that he's being played by Josh Keaton because that's too meta. He got the red and blue in the last 2 episodes, not the finale. Yes, I'm glad I was wrong. I was really thinking it was gonna be the last episode, but it was the last 2. What's up, Andrew, by the way? I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I know she's deep in the villain, but you know their relationship. Yeah, Peter and Felicia have a complicated relationship. Peter and Felicia have a complicated relationship. This issue sucked, by the way. I'm sorry. I don't want to be so negative. But 8 deaths was going well. Then they ground the story to a screeching halt. It's picking back up now, but I'll talk about that later. Whatever. Um, I know Josh Keaton. Do you want to play Harry Osborn, the Spider-Man 1-2 game? Yeah, yeah. Josh Keaton has been in Spider-Man's zeitgeist for a lot longer than Spectacular Spider-Man. He was Harry in the Spider-Man video games, the movie tie-in games 1 and 2. There was a whole secret level where you could play as Harry in the Green Goblin's original outfit, and Josh Keaton did the voice for him. So that was crazy. Josh Keaton has been around forever, voicing in Spider-Man projects forever. Peter, freshman year, behold the Mark One Iron Man sues Tom Holland 3.0. I don't think Iron Man has rights over the Mark naming system, but he did make it popular. I don't want another 2017. There's too many spider people. Only Peter. That's it. Look, we're at the point where that's just not an option anymore. We had a whole first season of just Peter, and that's we're gonna have to take that. Again, I'm gonna let them cook. I don't think that they're gonna do any. I don't think that they're gonna do anything that's gonna compromise Peter's story in the show. I honestly don't. I really, like I said, I trust them completely. Whatever they do with Gwen or Ghost Spider, I really feel like they're still gonna keep the focus on Peter and his story. Because they did really well with this season. So it does. I think it's just too early to tell what they're planning because, as we can see, we have no. I'll say when they beat Scorpion in episode 9, I was like, was he not the final boss? Where are they going with this show? And then episode 10, it turns out Norman has been using the interns this whole time to open a portal to if you pay attention to what Dr. Whitman says when Asha says I didn't vet those coordinates, he says, "Oh, it's just a desolate void." And we know that Null is god of the void, so that was a little because the symbiotes were coming through that portal. So that was a little verbal Easter egg that is a void. No, that's probably Clintar that they opened the portal up to. That's why symbiote monsters were coming out of it. And a little piece of the symbiote got stuck. Black suit for season 2. Eileen, voice of Ghost Spider is in the chat. What's up, Eileen? Hello, hello. Oh, Red Phoenix, you had a message redacted. I'm not sure what you said, but I'm sure it was awesome. I don't know, brother. To me, the show is. I mean, it's all right. Like, I, you can feel how you feel about it. If you think it's all right, you think it's all right. I thought it was peak Spider-Man, bro. I really loved it. I really loved it so much. It was. I cannot get enough of this show. I want more of it immediately. I want season 2 right now. Unfortunately, we have to wait. But I thought it was one of the it was really great. It was fantastic. It was amazing. It was spectacular. I really loved it. They created a loop of strange alien Peter. I did. I created you. You created me. Yeah, yeah. We talked about they did the loop, which but it was a really it's a really cool twist on Spider-Man's origin. It really is. Like I can safely say that is the most unique origin for Spider-Man we've ever had. It is crazy, and I really like the Spider-Man Doctor Strange team up. I like it when Spider-Man teams up with Doctor Strange. First of all, they're the Ditko boys, the two heroes that Steve Ditko was most known for helping create, the Spider-Man and Doctor Strange. And then like I don't know what it is, but in comics, in TV shows, and and anything, even No Way Home, like when Spider-Man is working with Doctor Strange, it's just something unique about their dynamic, and I can't put my finger on it. But like the way they started working together to take on the symbiote and Doctor Strange And it's like dishing out commands like, "Oh, I'll distract it. You fix the machine," and then they're like, "Oh, good job, kid." Then when the symbiotes were coming through the portal, and Peter's like, "Switch." Doctor Strange's like, "Switch," and then Doctor Strange put the shield, and Peter started fighting the symbiote. Like they just that was such a cool team. I really like that the final battle was a team up with Doctor Strange because you don't see like it's I don't know. It was a really fun. It was a really awesome final battle. I really liked that. I really like that. And you notice, Doctor Strange when he saved Nico, or when Peter saved Nico in the past, he said, "Nice save, kid." And then when Peter almost told him his identity, on the construction crane, he said, "I'm Spider-Man." Doctor Strange said, "Nice save, kid." So I think he's knows it's him. But what's he gonna? Who's he gonna tell? Well, Josh Keaton, he already played Tony Stark as Iron Man, the game. Yeah, he's played Tony Stark in several. He played Tony Stark in Midnight Suns. He played him in Marvel Rivals. He played him in the Iron Man VR game. Josh Keaton's played Tony Stark a lot, and he also did Captain America in What If. So that's what I thought he was teasing. I thought when Josh Keaton was on Twitter teasing he was a part of this show, I thought, oh, Captain America is going to show up. Nope, it was Richard Parker. I'm fine with Miles in the show, but we should only have Pete and maybe Miles. Um, yeah, we don't know what they're gonna do with Gwen. She probably what if she doesn't even show up to the last episode? We don't know. I don't know, but I'm trusting them because this show is great, and I'm gonna let them cook. I would have loved Miles, but whatever. And again, I thought this was gonna be Silk, um, due to the same spider that bit Peter and most of the Agents Fatless being in this show. I thought it was Silk, but it's not. So we'll see. I'm on wait and see mode. All right, I'm not gonna make any. I'm not gonna make any judgments. It's so easy to rush and say, "Oh, they're throwing a million spiders in. This is always gonna suck." But wait and see. I say wait and see. I say, we've had a whole bunch of shows where it's just Peter. I don't think that they're going to oversaturate it with spiders. I think that they're just gonna dip their toes into. I don't know. We don't know is the thing. You know, I don't think that they're gonna make a bad decision because they haven't so far. This show is great. Uh, where'd I go? Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Josh speaks Gwen. The Gwen herself appears. Yes, Eileen's here. You had 3 nickels. You forgot the comics. In the Diner Avengers campus, right? I have not been to Avengers campus. I know, I know. I want to go. My friend's gone. He showed me pictures of with Spider-Man. I want to go to Avengers campus so bad, and but I haven't been. So I actually don't know the story that they have for Web existing in the parks. But if you say I'd have 3 nickels, then I guess I'd have 3 nickels. So 2017 in this show created the Disneyland ride. I think no, I think that the Disneyland ride was the attraction was created and then these were gonna tie into it. I think the attraction was created first and these were supposed to funnel into it. But of course, when they did it in the 2017 show, it got canceled. So whatever plans they had for the Worldwide Engineering Brigade didn't come through. So they're probably going to tie it in with this Spider-Man. I'm not sure, but I'm positive that the ride came first because it was meant to tie together. And the 5-issue prequel comic they put out for that for the Worldwide Engineering Brigade. Did anyone know about Josh Keaton? Yes, I do know about Josh Keaton. Her spidey sense was tingly. Yes, I think spider sense was tingly. Oh goodness, she shows up when she's needed. What are your thoughts on the Spider-Man 2 PS5 Marvel Legends reveals? Yeah, I said I don't want to talk about those because they wasted a bunch of slots that could have been new characters on alternate costumes. Like the Puerto Rico Miles suit is cool, but like, do we need the 2099? Did we need a recolored anti venom? Why not do the base anti venom? Why do a blue variant of the anti venom? If they're gonna do all these, why did we get an advanced recolor Miles? Why not use the Miles Morales original? I know everybody, including me, hated that suit, but at least it's canon in the game. The advanced recolor is not canon in the game. I don't yeah, wasted potential with that way. Venom looks really cool. The black suit looks really cool. Black Cat looks great. And like I said, the Puerto Rico suit looks great, but they could have spent those slots a little better. And no build a figure, they're not gonna move those figures. They're not gonna move those recolors without a build a figure. They're really not. Unless you have idiots like me that just buy everything with Spider-Man on it. And even I'm having second thought. When I'm having second thoughts about buying a Marvel Legends Spider-Man figure, you did something wrong. Me. I have all of them. I buy them without thinking. When I'm having second thoughts, when I'm saying I don't know if I want that, you messed up. so, so I don't know. Uh, I don't know about that wave. Taskmaster, I always remember him. He can I think you mean copy every move. Yes. Like I said, finesse was related to him in the comics. But and that was her thing. She had a similar thing to Taskmaster. She could copy people's moves, but we'll see how they use her in this show. You think Norman reciting Spider-Man's recreating Spider-Man's power means Clone Saga or something else? It could be Clone Saga, but the spider escaped and bit Peter, and I guess latched on to Gwen. Um, so it could very well. He probably still has a sample of his blood, so we could very well get a Ben Riley. We could very well get a Kane. Um, we don't know, but they could go in that direction. And that's the thing. Like people say they don't want all these spiders, but Ben Riley is also another spider. Kane, well, he didn't start out. He started out as a big, scary, terrifying humanoid creature, but he eventually became a spider. Like the clones are technically other spiders. But it just depends on how you use them. And I'm just gonna say it depends on how they use Gwen. And he was Black Widow's enemy. Taskmaster and Black Widow constantly have beef all the time. Ugh. The saying. I seen your YouTube video of the new Spider-Man and wanted to subscribe to your YouTube channel. Thank you for subscribing. Yes, we have a lot of fun here. We talk about Spider-Man. I make not stop motions, but action figure videos. It's a hoot of a time. It's a heck and a hoot of a time. Duh, duh, duh. What about Spider-Man Edge of Time? Yeah, what about Spider-Man? Do I have that one down here? I don't think I have Edge of Time. I don't have that one in my inventory. But yes, Josh Keaton and Christopher Daniel Barnes as Amazing Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2099. Edge of Time was a great game. Peter David wrote the story. I love Peter David. He's a good storyteller. And Edge of Time was I loved Edge of Time so much. I played it all the time. I got them to put another level in the game. I'll tell you about that later though. That's another story for another day. Uh Welcome to the family. We all know each other. Yes, we do. It's a friendly neighborhood community talking about your, Spider-Man. Yes, Grayson, we are a friendly neighborhood community talking about your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Well, Peter and Tony both of them lost their parents. Yes. Peter's parents, which were spies and agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and died in a plane crash, and then Tony's parents, who Winter Soldier assassinated. Both of their parents are gone, unfortunately. Is that issue 900? Where? That I just held up the 960. It's a Legacy 960. If it will focus, yeah. 900 was a while ago. I can't remember. It was during Wells's run, I believe. It had something to do with Raven and Paul and them. So Norman finding out a piece of symbiote. Could we get the Black Suit storyline leading to Venom? Absolutely. I'm calling it Black Suit in season 2. Calling it right here, right now. Um, Peter's parents died in a plane crash. Tony got killed by the Winter. So yeah, just like I said. Uh, I'm not sure. It's Prime. It's Ghost Spider. It's Gwen. It's not Ghost Spider. It's Spider Gwen. It's whatever. It's whatever Marvel editor. I got so upset because when I created Return to the Spider Verse sidebar here, Marvel was trying to rebrand Spider Gwen as Ghost Spider, and I'm like, okay, well, since people keep calling her Spider Gwen, I'm gonna help Marvel out, and I'm gonna call her Ghost Spider in my show. And then the next series she had, went back to calling her Spider Gwen. I'm like, what? I was trying to help you. What are you doing? And then she's Ghost Spider. Then she's Spider Gwen. And now she's Spider Gwen Ghost Spider. It's I can't stand it. I can't stand Marvel sometimes. Oh goodness. We'll see. How random is this show? They definitely gonna pull out Superior Spider-Man or Cosmic Spider-Man or Spider Shot. Mio needs someone in episode in season 2 or 3. That's a lot of that's I would love to see Cosmic Spider-Man. He's one of my favorites. When Spider-Man gets the Enigma Force, and becomes Cosmic Spider-Man, I would kill to see Cosmic Spider-Man. I don't want to see Superior Spider-Man. I know you love him, Grayson, but I don't want to see him. Spider Shot. I think he's too dark for this show. I don't think we're gonna see Spider Shot. So if you think about it, Scorpion was the first comics rogues gallery Peter really fought. Yeah, because it was what Butane, Speed Demon, Tarantula, Unicorn. None of them are really associated with Spider-Man. So yeah, it was Scorpion. Scorpion was the first one, and technically Tombstone. Now, when I really liked that fight with Tombstone and Spider-Man taking on Scorpion. That was really cool. When he got the gas on him, and he got his powers, so cool. So cool. See, and I love Lonnie's fighting style because he mixes in his football moves. And by the way, the electric staff he was holding, Jeff Tremble, the showrunner, confirmed that it was Cardiac's staff. If you don't know Cardiac is fine. He's a deep cut character, but I would love to see Cardiac on the show. Anyways, when Scorpion stabbed him, I was like, he didn't get him. He didn't get him. He got that gas in him. He's Tombstone now. And the stinger broke. He broke the stinger off. That was, and then their fight together. I really like that. Big Don is a punk, bro. The second Matt Gargan got one over on him, he literally was like, "I quit, man. I don't want any more." And Gargan's like, "Too late." And Spider-Man saves him, and then Lonnie's like, "Yo, Don, what's the move?" And Big Don, literally the tiger meme. He bro realized he wasn't built for this. He's like, "I'm getting out of here." So the what I predicted a few episodes ago of how Lonnie was going to take over the 110, he didn't even need to take it over. Big Don quit. Lonnie just defaulted in charge because in the end, Bulldozer, when they pulled up on him, they say, "What's next, boss?" So Tombstone's literally in charge now. There was no power struggle. Big Don dipped. What a punk. What a punk. He should have waited. He should have been like, "Kill me if you want, Gargan. The 110 is going to go strong." Oh, I can't stand Big Don. That was crazy. What about Spider-Man 2099? You gotta tell Peter the master planner was Gwen. He tried so many times. He finally did in episode 11. So he finally completed what he's been trying to do for since episode 3 of the show. Goodness gracious. Someone equals Wolverine. Oh, you want to see Wolverine in the show? Maybe. Maybe. Who I won't put it past him. Lonnie's fingers, changing. Lonnie's. We saw when he just crushed a brick with one hand, and his fingers are turning pale. So he's slowly gonna start changing into Tombstone. He's already joined up with the 110th. I don't know if he's actually gonna join Web or if he was just telling his mom that, but we'll see. But yeah, he's transforming into Tombstone. Did I want to know Tony Stark lost his parents? Did you want to know? I don't know. Did you? You tell me. Tombstone, yeah, Tombstone. Lonnie, he's in the show. He's been in the show since episode 1. I remember the '90s Spider-Man teamed up with Doctor Strange and Wong to save Mary Jane from Baron Mordo and Dormammu. Yes, and if you remember in the '90s series, Spider-Man, um, he's like, "Oh, I'm done with you, Dormammu," and he leaps headfirst into the dark dimension. Like in Spider-Man. Why would you do that? And then Dormammu's literally like, "Idiot, this is my realm. You don't stand a chance here." And Spider-Man was bro, realized he's not built for this. He's like, I think I messed up. But in this show, Doctor Strange, when they're trying to deal with the alien, he's like, "Okay, maybe you need to go to the dark dimension until I figure out how to get you back home." He opens a portal. to the dark dimension. And what does Spider-Man do? He jumps head first into the dark dimension. Doctor Strange said, "No, wait!" And Spider-Man kicks the alien in. I just think as if I had a nickel for every time Doctor Strange opened a portal to the dark dimension and Spider-Man leapt into it head first, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Well, Doctor Strange didn't open that portal in the 90 series. That was more trying to pull Dormammu through, but you know what I mean. Oh, Spider-Man. One day he's going to get stuck in the dark dimension and no one's going to be able to save him. I'm still confused on Return to the Spider-Verse. How did Mysterio tell Pete to look in the helmet? Like, who told him and how and why? Okay, so sidebar. He's talking about my show, Return to the Spider-Verse. In episode 12, Prowler goes to spy on the Spider Team, which was the post-credit scene for episode 1, and he brings back the tape to Gwen of Spider-Man or Spider-Gwen and Peter B revealing that Peter's world is gone. So she had that footage. And so in the end, when Goblin betrays them and flies off, and she tells Mysterio, "Hey, go activate the illusion," which was the Iron Man Ironmonger fight, Mysterio's illusion. And she says, "And upload this to the helmet you put in the spider's nest." That was the footage of Gwen saying that Peter's world had been destroyed. I'm sorry if I didn't make that clear in the video, but that's what was happening. Gwen had that footage from Prowler, and so she gave it to Mysterio to upload over Wi-Fi to his helmet. And so that's why. And Mysterio said, "What's on it?" And Gwen says, "The truth." And so when Mysterio in episode 11 tells Peter, he says, "Check the helmet, Peter, and discover the truth." It's I thought it all tied together cleverly, but if it wasn't clear, that's how that works out. That's exactly what happened, step by step. Which Spider-Man are you talking about? He was talking about the '90s series. Yeah, the '90s series. Josh, my friend want me, Tony Top voice. You have no friends. You are a loser. You the world. No, that was more uh what's his name, Venom. I was gonna call him Tom Hardy. I'm more Tom Hardy Venom. Let me get a more Tony Todd voice. You have no friend. You are a loser. You. That's my best Tony Todd. My throat's a little scratchy. Allergies. Spider blood. Stop it, Grayson. I'm not gonna sing. What was Spider-Man with team of X-Men cure himself? Yeah, 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 yeah. In the '90s series, when Spider-Man went to the X-Men to try and get a cure, but that didn't work. Because the X-Men said, "Oh, we don't cure people, we'll just teach them how to use their powers." I see Oscorp had animals do lizard and rhino teases. Yeah, I said last episode we saw them pulling in all those animals, and there was a lizard, and Dr. Connors was. I really like how Dr. Connors is like close to Peter in this show because they worked on their project together, and she like always cares about him. She tried to cover for him with Dr. Whitman, and then when they were evacuating the lab, when the symbiote came through, she's like, "Where's Peter? Is I need to find Peter?" And the security had to pull her out, but like, it's gonna be so heartbreaking when she turns into the lizard. But yeah, I didn't see a rhino, but we know that Oleski or Mikhail in this show, Savage was um in prison now, and he's probably going to become the Rhino. But yes, Lizard and Rhino incoming, probably season 2. Do I need to get that Marvel Legends Whiplash or Spider-Man Unlimited? I can't get them both at one time because they're still expensive. Whiplash is readily available and he's peg warming on Walmart shelves, so get Spider-Man Unlimited. He's the hotter figure, I'd say. Get Spider-Man Unlimited. You can get Whiplash anytime. And they forgot Titanium Man, from Iron Man. They didn't make Marvel Legends version of him. Not a recent one. They had 2 versions of him. They had a 2008 one from the Iron Man 1 video game, the design they used in that game. Then they had one like the Iron Man 2 wave, or was it Iron Man 3? But they weren't technically Marvel Legends, but they're 6-inch scale, so as close as we're gonna get. They'll get around to them eventually, I'm sure. I don't usually, but alternate skins, I have a use for them. Mark 1 armor, as alternate anti-arc armor replacement, for example. I mean, yeah, maybe. I would have just preferred that they, if we're still talking about the Marvel Legends, just did the instead of a recolor of this anti-venom suit, that's a flat default anti-venom suit. And then instead of the Miles advanced recolor, do like the Miles Morales original 101. It was my birthday yesterday. Grayson, happy birthday. I hope you got all kinds of Marvel Legends. Eileen says happy birthday too. I hope you got all kinds of toys and Marvel Legends and all of this. And cake. I hope you got cake. I love cake. And the Thunderbolts movie comes out to May 2nd. Yes, Thunderbolts comes out May 2nd. And we will probably talk about that when it does. Yo, I forgot there was Life's Alright, Mackle Speed. All the kitties growing up with Spider-Man's amazing friends will call her Ghost Spider. That's true. She is called Ghost Spider in Spidey and His Amazing Friends. So I think that they're trying to settle on it, but in the Spider Verse movies, they call her Spider Woman because in canon in her comics, she was Spider Woman because they couldn't call her Spider Gwen. But there's like 50 other Spider Women. So the Spider Verse movies haven't got on board yet. The comics can't make up their minds, and Spidey and His Amazing Friends is calling her Ghost Spider. Who knows what this show's gonna call her? So it's up in the air. I'm gonna keep calling her Ghost Spider until Marvel just ditches that name entirely. And Eileen, you're gonna keep going by Ghost Spider. Uh, okay. What's up, Michael? So yes, Michael Speed joined the chat. Forgotten 90s meme, Spidey meme. I can't breathe. I'm sure Spider-Man said I can't breathe like 50 times in that show. The number of times he's underwater in that show is outstanding. So you'll have to be more specific. Wars. Uh, the second time Peter met Dormammu, who made Venom and Carnage his puppets. Yeah, and he teams up with Iron Man. Yeah, yeah. Dormammu tried to come back by having Carnage. That was their workaround for Carnage killing people. They just had him so that Dormammu gave him the power to suck people's souls out. Which, because the '90s series, they couldn't show. They were heavily sensitive. They couldn't show blood. They could barely show Spider-Man punching, and so I'm surprised they were. That's why when people say, "Yo, Carnage used to be a rated R character," I'm like, they had him in a show where they can't say the word "kill." Like, come on, you can make Carnage work if you're creative with it. But yeah, and then Carnage and Venom both died because they went. That's how they killed people in that show. They threw them in portals. Green Goblin, Mary Jane, Carnage, Venom. They threw them in portals. That's how Spider Carnage threw in the portal. That's how people died in that show. They got thrown in the portal. Is your profile pic from my dress up darling? I love that show. I've never. I think you might have told me about that show. I'm not sure, but I don't know it. What is Michael Speed's profile picture? Oh, it's an anime. Interesting. Maybe. I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell you. You never had a friend like me. You ain't never had a friend like. Oh, a lot. Okay, I'm not gonna sing. Stop it. I like the red and blue Miles figure. As I asked for it since the Miles game. I mean, if you like it, yeah. I'm like, I just think that it could have been a character. I would really love the Sinister Six from this game universe, but whatever. I saw they're doing Richard Parker alive. And then and in jail, I got flashbacks to the TASM 2 deleted scene at the grave. Yeah, that's the only other time. Sorry, that's the only other time we've seen Richard Parker alive. Uh, was the Amazing Spider-Man 2 deleted scene, which I thought when I saw that scene, like that's an interesting concept, but it was deleted. So, and then Amazing Spider-Man never got another movie, so they never got a chance to follow up on it. But now we're gonna see what happens when Richard Parker is alive and what ramifications that'll have on Peter's universe. Yes, Ghosty for life. Okay, Eileen. Yeah, she's gonna be Ghost Spider. We're calling her Ghost Spider. I'll sing. This is give me a call. LL. Just don't show my number on screen. I don't know how to do that. Otherwise, I would have had you on stream like a long time ago, Eileen. Well, don't worry. We're gonna figure out how to do it, and then we're gonna live stream together at some point. But no, Eileen, I can't sing because I can't give these menaces what they want. By the way, episode 9 called Heroes and Menaces. I love the names of the episode, or Hero or Menace, which is a classic Spider-Man thing. Then If This Be My Destiny, the master planner issue where he lifts the thing up. Perfect naming for the episodes. But no, yes, Eileen, we cannot sing for them. They're menaces. They're menaces. True boss. I personally want the main characters villains from the yes, Doc Ock, PS5 Prowler, yes, Tinker, yes, PS5 Craven Wraith, and White Anti Venom. Just shut people up, yes. But they'll never do them. That's what gets me. They hardly pay any attention to the game reverse line as it is, and then when they do stuff like this. So you know, I still wanted to do a musical episode. That would be fun. I have no singing talent at all whatsoever, which is why another reason why I won't sing for these menaces. But um, a musical episode would be fun to do. That would be fun. Have you watched Murder Form or Jujutsu Kaisen yet? No, I'm sorry. I was watching Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. I was looking for good clips. The best face for Muddy's part is YouTube promised you watch the shows in the 3 months old streak. Yeah. Did I promise? Did I say the words I promise? I probably did, knowing me. Look, man, okay. I have stuff to do. I'm reading comic books. I'm not this one. I'm reading comic books. I'm watching your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. I'm playing Marvel Rivals. I'm playing Marvel Rivals, okay? I'm doing stuff. All right, give me a break. That's why I prefer Gatorverse line. Could get the maximum line treatment minus the super overprices. They never do it. They would never do it. Just point blank, they're never gonna do it. It's not a thing. I'm not gonna lie, it actually sounds lovely. A musical episode, yes, yes, it does. Well, it's 10 o'clock. We've far moved on from your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. I said I was going to keep this one short because I started late and I do have things to do, unfortunately. So I am going to end this stream here. True believers, thank you for coming out. Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man season finale after show. This was a great show. I cannot wait for season 2. I love it so much. Look for March 1st for that video of all things coming from Face Front. And March 1st, yeah. Just all the things that are gonna come from Face Front throughout 2025. And yes, unless it never happens, I will make it happen. I hope it does, honestly. Bye Eileen. As now top these Spider-Man cartoons are 90s spectacular. Now you're friendly neighborhood Spider. Nice, Andrew. Um, I gotta watch it again. I mean, I've seen all the episodes a minimum 2 times, but before I put a definitive ranking on it. But we're coming up. Yeah, we have different time zones. It's only 9 for me. Yeah, yes, 10 for me, and I don't want to know what it's like for the poor people in New York. So, yeah. I said about me not liking cake. Oh yeah, you did say you don't like cake. That's right. And getting much figures for my birthday yesterday. Cool. I want to see those figures. All right. See you later, Wars. You missed in the stream. Sorry. But yes, I'm glad you had your birthday. I'm glad you got a bunch of figures. I'm glad you didn't get cake because you don't like it. And I hope you have a good night. Face front, true believers, and I'll see you in the multiverse. Bye.